To him, likes meant more than love, more than me. I never thought I'd say this, but the boy I trusted the most, the boy I gave my heart to, threw it all away for strangers on the internet. We were together for 2 years. 2 whole years of laughter, late-night talks, holding hands under the rain, and promising each other we'd never change. But change came anyway. It came the moment he downloaded TikTok. At first, I thought it was cute. He'd post silly videos, dancing with his dog, lip-syncing to songs, even doing those weird food trends. I'd help him sometimes, standing behind the camera, laughing at how ridiculous he looked. We weren't chasing fame. We were just having fun. Or at least, I thought we were. But then, something happened. His videos started blowing up. One video, a stupid skit about how to survive high school, went viral overnight. When he woke up, his phone was exploding with notifications. Bro, you're hilarious. When's the next video? Marry me. You're so hot. I saw his eyes light up in a way they never did when he looked at me. And that's when I felt it, that tiny, sharp sting in my chest. The kind you get when you realize you're slowly being replaced, and you can't stop it. Every day after that, he was glued to his phone. No good morning texts. No, how was your day? Calls. Just filming, editing, posting. He was feeding an audience that never even knew his real name, while I sat there forgotten. At first, I tried to be supportive. I told myself it was just a phase, that once the excitement wore off, we'd go back to normal. But it didn't wear off. It got worse. He started changing the way he dressed, flashier clothes, hairstyled perfectly every morning, sneakers that cost more than our monthly rent. He said it was part of the brand. He stopped eating with me at our favorite diner because someone might recognize him and it would ruin his mysterious vibe. And worst of all, he stopped holding my hand in public. Why are you acting so weird? I finally asked him one night. We were sitting on his couch, his phone in his hand, the glow of the screen painting his face in cold light. I'm not weird, he said without looking up. You're different, I whispered. He sighed, like I was an inconvenience. I just need to think about my image now. People are watching me. I can't look tied down. The words hit me like a punch. Tied down. I repeated. Yeah, relationships make you less appealing to followers. If they think I'm single, I'll get more engagement. I stared at him, my throat tightening. So what are you saying? He finally put his phone down, but not to comfort me, just to make it easier to deliver the blow. I can't be with you anymore. It's messing with my popularity. I felt my world collapse in silence. 2 years. 2 years of love, trust, memories thrown away for likes. He didn't even look guilty. He looked relieved. I want to scream. To tell him his followers wouldn't be there to hold his hand when he was sick. They wouldn't sit with him in the ER. They wouldn't love him when the cameras were off. But I didn't say any of that. I just stood up, my heart pounding so hard it hurt, and walked out. That night, I deleted every picture of him, every video, every little reminder of the boy I thought I knew. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't delete the echo of his voice in my head. It's messing with my popularity. I didn't know it then, but this was only the beginning. Because in the world of fame and followers, heartbreak goes viral too. When I woke up the next morning, my phone was buzzing nonstop. At first, I thought maybe it was just my mom texting me or friends checking in. I was wrong. Very, very wrong. The first thing I saw was a flood of TikTok notifications, but not from my account. People were tagging me in videos. Hundreds of them. I opened one, and my stomach dropped. There he was, my ex, smiling, laughing, sitting in the driver's seat of his car, telling the world in a smug, casual tone. Sometimes, you gotta cut people off if they're holding you back, even if you dated them for years. My name wasn't mentioned, but he didn't have to say it. Everyone knew. And the comments, God, the comments. King behavior. She was just jealous. He's better off without her. Imagine dating a TikToker and thinking it's forever, lol. It felt like a knife twisting in my chest. He didn't just break up with me. He turned it into content. My heartbreak was a punchline, and his audience was eating it up. By noon, there were reaction videos from strangers who didn't even know me. Some defended me, saying he was shallow. Others mocked me, saying I couldn't handle his success. The worst ones were the people sending me private messages. Cry harder, loser. Guess you weren't influencer material. Should have worked on your follower count instead of your relationship. I couldn't breathe. It was like my life had been ripped open for the world to pick apart, and I couldn't make it stop. Every time I thought I could turn my phone off, curiosity dragged me back in, and the comments got uglier. That night, my best friend Mia came over. She didn't knock, just walked in, holding takeout, and wearing the kind of face you make when you're ready to fight someone. "I saw the video," she said, dropping the bag on the table. "He's trash." I tried to smile, but it didn't reach my eyes. "The internet disagrees." "Screw the internet," she shot back. "They don't know you. They don't know what he lost." I wanted to believe her, but when I closed my eyes, all I could see was his smirk on that screen, the way he looked so free without me, like I had been a weight holding him down. Mia sat next to me, scrolling through her phone. Then she froze. Oh my God. I leaned over to see. He had posted another video. This time, he was in a fancy cafe, surrounded by other influencers, all laughing. The caption read, "Upgrading my circle, no more dead weight." Dead weight. That was me. Something inside me snapped. I wasn't just hurt anymore. I was angry. Furious. Because I had been there for him when nobody knew his name. I had filmed his first videos. I had supported every dumb idea. And now, I was disposable. I didn't want revenge. I wanted the truth out there. The next day, I opened my TikTok app for the first time in weeks. My fingers hovered over the record button. I could feel my heart pounding, my breath shaking. What if people didn't believe me? What if they twisted my words? But then I remembered his voice. It's messing with my popularity. No, this wasn't about popularity. This was about not letting him rewrite the story. I hit record. "You want to know the truth about what happened?" I said, staring into the camera. Here it is. I talked about the late nights I stayed up helping him film, the times I skipped studying for my exams just to help him edit, the moments he told me I was the only one who believed in him. And then I told them about the breakup, word for word. "I can't be with you anymore. It's messing with my popularity." I didn't need to exaggerate. The truth was bad enough. When I posted it, I didn't expect much. But within hours, it started blowing up. Some people still defended him, but others began to turn. They called him fake. They called him ungrateful. One girl even posted screenshots of her DMs with him while we were still dating. By midnight, his follower count started dropping. And for the first time in weeks, I felt something that wasn't sadness. I felt power. But the thing about power is, once you have a taste of it, you start wanting more. And I didn't know it yet, but this little spark I'd lit was about to become a fire neither of us could control. The morning after I posted my video, my phone was a battlefield. The notifications didn't stop. Some were messages of support. Finally, someone exposing these fake influencers. "Girl, you deserve better. He's done. You just ended his career." Others were pure hate. "You're bitter. Clout chaser. No one would care about you if it weren't for him." But the one notification that made my heart race wasn't from a random stranger. It was from him. He had tagged me in his latest video, and it was bad. In the clip, he sat in front of a neon backdrop, fake tears in his eyes. His voice was dripping with sarcasm. "It's just sad when someone you cared about makes up lies to get attention. I guess I'm a bad guy now. Guess I'm popular, so I'm automatically wrong. Whatever helps you sleep at night." I could feel my jaw clenching as I watched it. He didn't even deny the words he'd said. He just painted himself as the victim. And of course, his fanbase ate it up. The comments were a mix of blind loyalty and rage toward me. "He's too good for her. She's just jealous of his success. Stay strong, King." By noon, the hashtag Team Him was trending. By the evening, hashtag Team Me was trending too. It wasn't just a breakup anymore. It was a war. Every TikTok creator with a decent following was weighing in, making analysis videos like it was some kind of reality show. Some people were digging through our old pictures together, zooming in on tiny details like they were uncovering state secrets. One girl claimed she saw us fighting in public months ago, and now everything makes sense. Another swore she had insider info from someone who knew him personally. And in the middle of it all, I felt myself slipping. Because the truth is, part of me liked the attention. For the first time in my life, I wasn't invisible. People were talking about me. People cared what I had to say. It was intoxicating and terrifying. Mia noticed it before I did. You're checking your phone every 5 minutes, she said one night. Because if I don't, I'll miss something, I argued. Or maybe you'll just miss yourself, she muttered, and I pretended not to hear her. That night, I lay in bed scrolling through duets of my video, people either praising me or tearing me apart. And then, I found it. A video posted by a girl I didn't recognize. She was sitting cross-legged on her bed, holding her phone like it was evidence in a crime trial. I don't usually do this, she began, but I have screenshots. She showed texts. Flirty, late-night texts from him, dated 2 months before the breakup. At first, I thought they could be fake. But then, I saw his writing style. The little typos he always made. The inside jokes we used to share, except now, he was sharing them with her. The captions under the text made my blood boil. He said he was single. He told me you were just a friend who didn't get the hint. I felt sick, not just because he cheated, but because he lied so easily. Because while I was defending him to everyone, he was making me look like a fool behind my back. I didn't sleep that night. I just sat in the dark, staring at my phone, the glow of the screen burning into my eyes. By morning, the screenshots were everywhere. Memes, reaction videos, duets of people pretending to act out our breakup with exaggerated drama. He tried to ignore it, but I could see the panic creeping into his posts, the forced smiles, the vague captions about haters. And for the first time since this all started, I realized I had the upper hand. I could end him. All I had to do was drop the one thing I'd been holding back. The private video of him saying the exact words that started all of this. I can't be with you anymore. It's messing with my popularity. But the question was, would I? Because once I crossed that line, there would be no going back. Not for me. Not for him. And definitely not for the people watching. I stared at my phone for hours, the video queued up, my thumb hovering over the post button. It was short, only 13 seconds, but those 13 seconds could burn his perfect little world to the ground. In it, he sat in my living room, his hair messy from a late-night shoot, talking casually like we were just chatting. He didn't know I had my camera running. I can't be with you anymore. It's messing with my popularity. Clear, cold, real. I had kept it hidden, telling myself I wasn't the kind of person who would leak something like that. But that was before he turned me into a villain for millions of strangers. Before the cheating, before the lies, Mia's voice was still in my head. If you post that, you can't undo it. But another voice, louder, sharper, hissed back, he deserves it. I hit post. The video went live at 10:14 a.m. By 10:15, my notifications exploded. People lost their minds. So, she was telling the truth. This is career ending. Wow, he said that so casually. Unfollowed immediately. Within an hour, it was trending on 3 different platforms. Reaction videos poured in. Some people replayed the clip over and over, zooming in on his expression, analyzing his tone like it was a court case. Others stitched it with their own breakups, saying they'd been through the same thing. By noon, he posted a response, a shaky, defensive video where he claimed the clip was taken out of context. But the internet didn't care. The damage was done. His follower count was plummeting in real time. Every refresh of my feed showed another 1,000 gone. Brand deals started pulling out. One of his upcoming collaborations announced they were reevaluating their partnerships. For the first time in weeks, I smiled, a real smile. Not because I was happy he was losing everything, but because finally I was believed. But the thing about going viral is the internet always wants more. By evening, people were digging deeper. Old tweets, old videos, even stuff from his high school days was resurfacing. It wasn't just about our breakup anymore. It was about dismantling him completely. Some of it was true. Some of it was clearly fake. But none of it mattered. The mob had tasted blood. That night, Mia came over again. She looked at me, half proud, half worried. "You got what you wanted," she said. "Yeah," I answered quietly. "So, why do you look like you're about to cry?" I didn't have an answer, because even though I'd won, I felt empty, hollow, like the noise of the internet was so loud, I couldn't hear my own thoughts anymore. At 2 a.m., my phone buzzed with a message from an unknown number. I almost ignored it, but curiosity won. It was him. You ruined me. I hope you're happy. I stared at the words. There was no apology, no explanation, just blame. And maybe this should have made me angry. But instead, it made me feel tired. I didn't reply. I just put my phone face down and lay there in the dark, wondering if maybe we'd both lost something we could never get back. The next morning, I woke up to see my own name trending. Not his. Mine. Someone had found my old posts. Pictures. A few bad takes I made years ago when I was younger and dumber. And just like that, the spotlight shifted. Now, they were coming for me. She's not as innocent as she pretends. Guess they're both toxic. Cancel her too. My stomach dropped. I had been so focused on taking him down, I forgot that in the world of the internet, nobody is untouchable. Not even me. And I knew this wasn't over. The war I thought I'd won had just changed targets. And now I was next. The first wave hit in the morning. I woke up, grabbed my phone, and instead of seeing another drop in his followers, I saw my own face plastered across TikTok thumbnails with captions like, "She's no saint." The other side of the story. Did she play the victim? It felt like stepping outside and realizing the crowd that had been cheering for you yesterday was now holding pitchforks. People had dug deep, screenshots of old tweets I barely remembered writing, a video from years ago where I made a joke that aged badly, a comment I'd left on someone's post that now looked cruel without the context. Some were fake, some were real, but it didn't matter. The internet didn't care about truth, it cared about drama. By noon, #CancelHer was trending. Comments flooded my videos. Guess Cloud isn't so fun now. So she's just as bad as him. Two toxic people destroying each other for views. The irony hit me hard. I had wanted people to see the truth about him, but now I was the villain in someone else's story. The cycle was turning, and I couldn't stop it. I tried to defend myself. I made a video explaining the old posts, apologizing for the stupid things I'd said when I was younger. But apologies don't go viral the way scandals do. The comments were brutal. Too late. You only care because you got caught. You're just mad the attention isn't on him anymore. That night, Mia came over again. She set her phone on the table and looked me dead in the eye. "You need to step away from all of this," she said. "If I leave now, they'll think I'm guilty," I argued. "And if you stay, they'll eat you alive," she shot back. I hated that she was right. For the first time in weeks, I turned off my phone. No notifications. No hashtags. No strangers deciding if I deserve kindness or cruelty. The silence was terrifying and freeing. But the internet doesn't forget. When I finally turned my phone back on 3 days later, the storm had mostly passed. Not because people forgave me, but because they'd moved on to a new scandal. Someone else was trending now. Someone else was the villain of the week. And just like that, we were both irrelevant. I saw he had started posting again, smaller videos, fewer views, but he was still trying. I didn't follow him. I didn't block him either. I just let it go. One night, I sat on my balcony, the city lights flickering below, and thought about everything that had happened. 2 years of love, 2 weeks of war, and now nothing. I realized something then. Popularity isn't real. It's smoke. It looks solid from far away, but the moment you try to hold it, it slips through your fingers. And if you let it, it will consume everything. Your friends, your love, your sanity, until there's nothing left. I didn't win. He didn't win. The only winner was the machine that fed on our fight. So I made a promise to myself. Never again. Never again would I measure my worth in likes or comments. Never again would I let strangers on the internet decide my story. The next morning, I deleted TikTok from my phone. And for the first time in a long time, I felt free.